Right, take two. Now we've got the Vampire. You're going to hear the difference between the nice smooth sounding Sonic 64 and the brand new Vampire Durafly. Now, fair enough. I haven't even attempted to balance the blades, but I didn't do it on that either, and that's been fine. So again, brand new. I've just charged it up, put 170 milliamps back in this little 1300 4S, and obviously it's still showing 11.1 volts. So hopefully, again, we're doing about the right amps. I think there's a 60 amp speedy in this, in there somewhere. Obviously I still need to tidy all the wires up, but I'm going to put a Guardian just because I have one. So anyway, let's go with take number 2. So crank it up. It's right around half throttle on the stick, at least on the radio, and I did do the ESC calibration. So what we got there, maximum amps 43.44 amps, peak watts 386.69 watts. Yeah, so current, obviously that's what it's down now, but the peak current was 43.44. Somebody may be able to tell me if I'm obviously this is an old multimeter, well, megameter, 7-in-1 multimeter thing, servo tester, all a lot. I've had it a few years. It's a hobby king thing, but I haven't used it for a while, and then obviously it's showing the wrong voltage. But somebody may be able to let me know whether, well, if the voltage is showing wrong, then maybe the amps are. I don't know. I don't know, Captain. But anyway, so it's pulling more amps, but then again, it's a 60 amp. Sorry, it's a 70 mil fan instead of a 64 mil fan. The Sonic over there is supposed to be giving out 1150 grams of thrust, which that thing definitely weighs, even with the heavy 1800 graphene, it definitely weighs under about 700 grams, probably 750 max. So that's definitely more than a 1-to-1 power to weight. This one is pretty light, even with the retracts and stuff. I was quite surprised. Now obviously if I put a 3300 4S in, which I have got, a box of batteries there, and I've got a couple of brand new zippies just for this plane, but I've also got a couple of 2200s, and I've also got the 1800 graphene, and I think I've got about 4 graphene and a couple of Nanotech, the high C ones. So theoretically I might be able to stick 2 of them 1800s in there to give me 3600. And I've also dry fitted one of the multi-star, although fair enough, yeah, I suppose if it genuinely is only pulling 43 amps, then once I've got it off the deck, now it's a heavy chunk, but it's not much heavier than the 1300 4s. Theoretically, if I don't go mad with it, and just cruise around on, I don't know, just over half throttle and stuff, then theoretically it can give me a decent flight time. But if I start pulling the juice out of it, then yeah, it's definitely going to it's not going to do the battery any good. They're not generally meant for be pulling more than 15-20 amps out of them for any length of time. Well, I know, while this is still plugged in, so what's it pulling? That was a fraction over half throttle, and it was pulling 21 amps. So yeah, if I don't go mad after lunch, theoretically I could get away with that multi-star. What are they, 12C? So yeah, 12C. So theoretically you're looking at a maximum discharge of about 60 amp obviously on a full charge. So it's definitely, if the peak amp draw is in genuinely 43 amp, that's about right. Yeah, it's something to think about anyway. I'll see how it flies on the lighter batteries first, and then try the 3300s, and if I think I can get away with it, I might have a go at the 52s. Might take a bit longer to get off the deck, being heavier, and I perhaps wouldn't want to throw it around the sky too much and slow it down too much with the extra weight. But yeah, it actually, the fan as well, once you get over that sort of vibrating bit lower down, which is probably where I'm going to be, just above half throttle, then it's actually not too bad. But the lower throttle rate, well, I suppose that's just an excuse to give it the beans. But yeah, so my plan is, I'll hook this now. I've seen somebody else do it. Under here, there's a hole where the ESC is. It's an Aerostar, I think, down there. There's a hole under there, and I'm going to mount the Guardian down there. Tidy all these wires up. I've got an L9R in there. A bit overkill, I know, but it's what I have. And this thing's only going to be flown line of sight, so anytime I'm going to lose signal is when I'm stood right next to it, because they don't like to be too close to the model, too close to your radio. So yeah, I've just got to tidy all them wires up. But they do give you a couple of zip ties here on the sides to sort of tidy them up with. So I'll sort all that out. No, I can't do that, can I? I need to. I'll probably see if I can put the receiver up here. It needs to be relatively close to the Guardian, but out of the way, because you need to make plenty of air getting in, not block that. Otherwise, the fan unit, you're taking away power if you block that. You need every little bit, and I have already thought, I've seen somebody, I think it was Team Willie Sheep Reviews, and he did some of the cutouts, these slotted ones down here, you can see. Down there. Where is it? Those. He did some of those on the top. I think he did about 4. And he said that greatly increased the amount of air that was getting through. So somewhere maybe around, how does it go? So yeah, so it needs to be sort of one there and one there. Don't need to be any further down really than sort of here. So maybe one somewhere around there and one there, either side, sort of, I don't know, about 15 mil across, like those. Cut at an angle so it scoops the air down into the fan. Yeah, I think that'll do. But I won't do that initially. I'll see how it flies standard, and then I'll have a go, so that I've got something to compare it to. Obviously I ballsed up there when I sanded the paint down. I sanded too far, so I need a bit of silver touch-up paint. But we'll see if she survives yet. These magnets are crap. I've added a couple of stock ones, sorry, a couple of mine, and I think I've set them too far down. Anyway, it don't really work on this bloody canopy, so I'll have to have another go. What I might do is take them off, take the two off those, put some little bits of metal or something on there, and put those two on here at the side, and then put some bigger strips of metal for it to catch to, because it needs something else, because the stock one's useless. Stock one was rubbish, and that's just gonna, the canopy is just gonna end up bloody coming off. It should go down with a nice clunk, but look at that, tips of my fingers. So the minute I've got the old laggy band round it. Anyway, there we go. I've waffled on for long enough, far too long probably, but yeah, so that one's ready. And also the huckle, she's now ready. I'll just quickly show you. You'll have to excuse my tip of a garage. It's far too big, far too... So, it's a stupid design on what is otherwise a very good plane for the money. I've already had to cut out these bits. This bit came further out to somewhere around about there. Just enough to, and you basically had to slide a battery in around there, a thin 22. And look where it's gone. You can see where I've dug out the foam down the sides, both sides. So I'm envisaging, because I think if the CG is correct, and the stated CG is, I think it's a little bit back from this thing. It's, what does it say it is? Something like, is it 40 mil back from the tip of the wing? Anyway, but yeah, it's around there. So I don't think I'm gonna make CG even with an 1800 4S far back. So I'm a feeling I'm gonna have to start cutting into that. And an 18 goes in nice and snug in there at the minute, and I think the 22 will be about the same. I'm not struggling for depth, it's width that I was struggling for. I've already put a Turnigy 60 amp plush ESC in there, replace the stock 30 amp. This is a better canopy than the other one. That one's a lot. See, I have to pull that, and that's how that one should be, but it's not. Anyway, so I'm probably going to take a 1300 4S. I need to check. Yeah, I'll check the CG and stuff tomorrow just to make sure, but I have a feeling I'm going to need, I'll take a 1300 4 and I'll take an 1800 4 and see which one, if it if it flies fine. I'll try the 1800 and make it nose heavy and see how it flies at that. If she survives that and flies okay, but I may well think that she's nose heavy at that, in which case then I'll try the 1300 4S, and if it on the recommended CG, and if it's fine at that and I may get it down in one piece, then obviously I'll cut some more out of the foam inside on the canopy and go further back so I can put an 18 and a 20 or a 22 further back here. The motor's quite substantial. Oh, shut up, you tart. Charging a little 3S up to do another amp draw test. Yeah. So, what am I going to say then? Yeah, I've lost my thread. Yeah, so basically, I'm not sure, because there's very little information about this thing. All the rubbish and stuff up there as well. Pixel 1, Pixel 2, the old Phoenix 2000 wings, well and truly beat up. What else is there up there? Oh, obviously the old Nano Talon wings at 84, and then there's a big, you can see the wings, 2 meter glider. No, it's not actually, it's bigger than 2 meter. I'm guessing 2.4 or bigger, with a big blow plastic fuse. It's actually a V-tail. Mark 1 mini Talon wings. S1100 AXN, the old and battered Nano Talon, Ranger 2, AR900, Micro Skyhunter, Bat Mark 2, HiNav, Bat Mark 1, donated by Julian. Just got a Guardian in. Oh dear, don't say no more about that she needs fixing. Rip the wings out. It's been forgotten. I'm hoping to fly that on Wednesday. I've not really done an awful lot with her. She definitely needs to do something. Obviously I'm taking that with a new motor. Bonsai, no, she's not going anywhere. Calmato, no, she's not going anywhere. The old 1680 T-tail Skywalker, she's not going anywhere. What is that? That's the Skywalker Falcon Wing 1280, and that needs turning into a sloper. I'm going to take that big NTM motor off, rip that off, put a little quad motor on, probably that 30 amp ESC that comes out of the P51, that can go in there. Make that into a nice lightweight sloper. My Riot, I've ordered a new motor for her. She's getting a nice big 2820 Sunny Sky motor. And I'm going to try a couple of different props from 12.6 to 13.65, and there's even a 13-inch tri-blade I'm going to try. My main slope wing, Phoenix 2000 with the old Raptor 1600 wings on it. And yeah, there's my, I shouldn't have done that. My Wally Walrus. That's Julian's bat. That's going to do an amp draw in a minute. Oh yeah, so I want to get her going again. The GWS Slowfly. That flew lovely that years ago. It's the remnants of it down there. I upgraded to a carbon fibre stick. Tail bit and everything wants completely stripping off and sorting out. And I need somebody to 3D print me a motor mount on a few bits. Maybe get some wheels back. What else is up there? Rubbish. Oh, there's that big Team Legit. Is it 50? Off of oh god, what's he on? Off of I can't remember his name now. Rag the Nuts. It's been that long since I've heard of him. Oh, there's the